There was an article from Forbes recently, just a couple of days ago, talking about Disney's acquisition of Lucasfilm. They paid $4 billion for the company. Sounds like a bargain, right? Well, it turns out they haven't actually even made back the cost of buying the studio yet. It says here, box office profits generated by Disney Star Wars movies have fallen 2.8 billion short of covering the media giant's purchase of the sci-fi saga's creator, Lucasfilm, according to analysis of recently filed financial statements. So they bought Lucasfilm for $4 billion back in 2012, and I can't believe it was that long ago, and soon gave the green light to the trilogy of Star Wars movies, blah, blah, blah. They were all crap, pretty much. Anyway, it says...
include merchandising rights? Can I just clarify? Did they buy all the merchandising, the toy rights?
I think they might not
have,
actually.
They do. Later in the article, they do, because that was my very first question. It's like...
yeah, Gary, because you know why that is, don't you? Because that's where
they make more money. They make more money on T-shirts and toys and everything else, and licensing the product out, but they do factor that in later.
That's how Lucas made all his money on Star Wars, because he took a low salary cut. But he said to 20th Century Fox, but can I have the merchandising rights, please? And they hadn't seen Star Wars figures yet, so they went, yeah, okay, George.
They're like, this is ridiculous. Yeah, fine, whatever.
Yeah, have them.
Well, have them, little Georgie.
Millions of pounds.
Well, what I will say is there's quite a lot of fluff basically in their financial returns about how they've made money and stuff, but it's all not factoring in the costs of making the film. So it says here, buried in the fine print is the revelation that the purchase price of Lucasfilm isn't even included in the return on investment calculation. Instead, it is purely based on the box office performance of Disney's Star Wars trilogy, its spin-off films, merchandise, whatever. As revealed, the methodology is questionable, as Disney based the return on investment on the revenue generated by the movies and everything else, rather than the profit that they made, as it should have done. Using the revenue rather than the profit artificially inflates the result, as it doesn't factor in the cost that Disney had to pay out, which is $4 billion. Even this wasn't enough for the media giant, so it also forecast the revenue that it expected everything to generate over a 10-year period, and based the calculation on that too. Like, there's fudge in the books, and then there's just straight up making shit up.
I can't wait to see what South Park do with this.
I know. In other words, Disney hasn't actually received the revenue that it used to calculate the return on its investment. In summary, despite seeming to do so, Disney's presentation doesn't actually reveal whether its Star Wars movies have covered the cost of its purchase of Lucasfilm. So basically, it still hasn't made its money back after 12 years.
Damn, man.